Hey Munchers, welcome to the channel. If you are new, I am so happy to have you here. I'm Alyssia. Meal prep is great because it can help us stay on track with eating well because we don't have an excuse when the food is already there waiting for us. I've gotten a lot of requests for a new meal prep video since it is back to school time, so today I thought it would be an appropriate time to share a convenience meal prep episode. So if you are someone who is super busy and generally thinks they don't have time to prep, I'm going to show you today what you can do. I did a convenience foods episode where I shared some prepackaged items that can make life easier even though they might be a little more expensive, not always, but that's along the same lines of what I'm going for today in meal prep form. At the end of the day, you have to decide what works for you. So if you don't have the time, then maybe it's worth it to spend a little bit of extra money to save time prepping. If you don't have the money, then it might be more worth your time. Neither way is right or wrong. Most of my other meal prep videos show me prepping everything from start to finish. So today I wanted to show you how you can prep 5 days worth of meals in 1 hour. I did all of this shopping at Trader Joe's. This is not a sponsored video, and I will be sharing some of the convenience items that I used along the way. After showing the prep, I will discuss the cost breakdown to those of you who are kind enough to stick around. For breakfast, we are going to make my easy prep instant oatmeal. For this recipe, you will need oats, and they can be rolled or instant, whichever you prefer. I also like to add chia seeds, cinnamon, salt, and chopped nuts. Simply add your ingredients to a jar or plastic baggie, and then do it 4 more times. Remember to add sweetener if you prefer a sweeter oatmeal. Lid them up and set aside. Now these are great as is, but I love mixing in fresh ingredients to my oats, so I'm going to prep that too. In a separate jar, I'm simply adding some yogurt, you can use non-dairy if you prefer, and blueberries. You'll of course want to store these jars in the fridge. When you're ready to make your oatmeal, pour your dry instant mix into a bowl with water as directed on the package for the amount of oats you used and microwave accordingly. So for quick cooking, it'll be a bit shorter, but you can totally microwave rolled oats too, which is what I have done here. Once cooked, go ahead and add in your blueberry yogurt jar and stir to combine. It makes it so creamy, and I love the fresh berries. Then all that's left to do is enjoy. That prep required no cooking, and my breakfasts are ready to go for the week. Total time for breakfast prep, approximately 10 minutes. So that's breakfast. How about lunch? For lunch, we are going to make my burrito bowl. For this recipe, you will need chicken, and I am using pre-cooked and chopped chicken from Trader Joe's, shredded cheese, cilantro, frozen brown rice, fresh riced cauliflower to add volume and extra veggies, canned corn, canned black beans, and pico de gallo. The only prep you need to do for this meal is cutting up your cilantro and draining and rinsing your canned beans and corn. You are literally just going to add all of your ingredients into a container, and that is it. The chicken is already cooked, the beans and corn are ready to go, the cauliflower rice is already riced, and the frozen rice is already parboiled. So when you microwave your meal, it will finish cooking. No actual cooking is necessary for this prep, just assembly. Total time for prepping lunch? Approximately 15 minutes, 20 if you want to be safe. Refrigerate the containers, and when you're ready to eat, microwave for about 3 minutes and enjoy. I like to throw on some avocado at the time of eating too. You can also freeze these containers if you're worried that the food won't last, or if you want to prep more days. I usually freeze if I prep more than 4 days at a time just to be safe, and then you'll just want to thaw out the container the night before you eat it in the fridge and microwave just the same as you would regularly. Also, this burrito bowl can easily be customized to be any type of rice bowl. You could make it vegan using plant-based protein, you could add Asian flavors or Italian flavors, whatever, or you could even make a bland bowl with rice, veggies, and protein, and then add whatever flavorings you feel at the time. So salsa, soy sauce, tomato sauce, etc. Get creative. Prep does not have to be daunting or recipe based. Now on to dinner. For dinner, I am making my favorite sweet potato hash. For this recipe, you will need sweet potatoes, chopped vegetables, and I am using these pre-chopped veggies from Trader Joe's, diced onion, which have also been cut beforehand, and eggs. Start by dicing your sweet potato. Now I use this nifty little chopper tool to get the job done, but you could of course just use a regular old chef's knife. I will link this in the description box below. So I haven't had to do much actual prep work for this week's meal prep, but even with this little bit that I do prep, I want to save time, and this chopper does exactly that. In your container, simply add your diced sweet potato, chopped vegetables, and onion. Boom! Dinner is prepped. Total prep time for dinner, 15 minutes. And making the dish all come together is just as easy. When you're ready to eat, in a large pan over medium-high heat, drizzle in a little bit of olive oil and then add in your prepped ingredients. Sprinkle on a little salt and saute for around 5 to 7 minutes until the sweet potatoes begin to brown and soften. Once your vegetables begin to cook, turn the heat down to medium and make some room in the pan for your eggs. Crack those babies in there, cover, and allow to cook for just a couple of minutes until the whites are cooked through and the yolks are as desired. Perfect. I usually like cooking dinner, but I rarely have time to do it. This type of meal prep makes it so that I can have a nice, fresh, warm home-cooked meal, but it's all done in one dish, which means I don't really have to do much other than clean the one pan at the end of the night. The last component for my prep of the week is a snack, and my go-to is always fruit. I am making my life easy again by starting with this pre-cored pineapple. I don't know about you, but not only do I not have time to core a pineapple, I hate doing it. Cut the pineapple into cubes and add it to a bowl, and then I toss in the rest of the blueberries that I didn't use from the oat jars and mix to combine. Store as desired. I know it seems simple, but having easy access to fruit makes us way more likely to eat it. Seal it up and enjoy. I also make sure I add some additional on-the-go fruit options like bananas and apples. Total prep time for snack, 5 minutes. And there you have it, a week's worth of meals prepped in under 1 hour. Add 30 minutes of cleanup time and in under 90 minutes you have all of that ready to go waiting for you. Thumbs up if you'd like your meals prepped in advance. I've gotta say, I have been prepping for a while now. I do have a meal prep ebook to share a lot of the prep tips I've learned along the way and help you with more efficient and effective meal prepping if you want to check it out. But you do get faster with prepping as you go and get into the groove. So once you have your plan and you go into each week focused and ready to execute, it becomes so much easier and more efficient. Consistency can really be beneficial. If you want to check out my ebook, it's available at mindovermunch.com/ebooks, and you can get 10% off any of my ebooks or package deals for the next 24 hours if you use the code 1HOUR at checkout. One thing to keep in mind, this prep is not here as a meal plan. It is simply here as an example to show how I prep with convenience items and offer some inspiration. Please cater this to your lifestyle and preferences. If you need or want more or less food or different ingredients, all of these recipes are really just guidelines and none of them need to be followed strictly. Convenience prep is also great if you have to prep for someone other than yourself because it means less cooking. For those of you who stuck around, let's talk about prices. So all of the ingredients I bought from Trader Joe's, which I will list here, cost me $62.70. I did already have some of the basic items like chia seeds, salt, etc., but for the bulk part of the prep, I paid $62.70 for a week's worth of healthy meals. And that was with items like shredded cheese, which I obviously did not use all of in this week's prep, so that would actually lower the cost a bit. And that was with some organic items and obviously all of the convenience foods. So truthfully, that isn't too abnormal for a week's worth of groceries compared to most US households, which the USDA suggests is about $75 a person per week on average. I might have saved $10 to $15 had I not bought all of these convenience items or the organic options, or had I even shopped around a little bit more, but for me, sometimes saving the 4 to 5 hours of work prepping is worth the $10 I'd save because I just don't have the extra time and I would rather spend the money during those busy weeks. But remember, the choice is yours. So I hope that you have found this video helpful or insightful in some way. Remember to take this and run with it. Make it your own. There is no right or wrong way to meal prep, and you have to do what is sustainable for you and your lifestyle. But I hope that this could give you some ideas. If you want more full prep ideas, check out my meal prep playlist. And if you meal prep yourself, tag me on social so I can see. Thumbs up for more meal prep videos. I will see you next week, and when you're meal prepping, remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch.